Your support of Supplies for Success. We survived. I think that deserves a round of applause. We made it. We had approximately 4,321 backpacks distributed at the event. So that means we had 4,231 kiddos come through with their family members. We had Jordan's not here, but we had haircuts given to our students. We had immunization. Oh, back there. Where are you? Haircut man, you. Let's give him a round of applause. Jordan, how many haircuts did you do?
We've talked a lot about
30-something haircuts. Okay. We had vision checks. We had immunizations. I don't have the count of immunizations yet, but I will say a lot of the kids got 4 to 5 each. So a lot of kids come from other countries and they get their immunizations that they're ready to go for school. And then in addition, all of the extra backpacks, because we did collect 7,000 backpacks. So the leftovers were all sent to each of the schools. And I will tell you, the Monday following the event, we had every single counselor calling saying, "Where are the backpacks? We need extra backpacks." We have them in their office ready to go. So amazing blessing that the community stepped up and provided what they did, whether it was your time, your effort, or the funding. So thank you to Rotary Club for helping support that initiative.
I think we remember the event that was earlier than Thursday before. We'll get some people down there to help. I think it kind of snuck up on you. As the beginning of school has snuck up on a lot of us.
It's here before we knew it.
Yes.
I do also have updates. Sorry. I do also have updates from 2 of our scholarship recipients that emailed us and said, please share this with Rotary Club. I won't read them to y'all, but we'll have them in the back. We just want to read about 2 of the kids that really want to go and hear about what they're doing, what they've done since getting your scholarships. So,
okay. And a couple of announcements before we get started, I'll have your attention. Donna is circulating the bucket. The bucket is going to go for the water project that we're going to support this month. Second thing is you should have on your table, maybe not enough, but a revised schedule for the fall of when we're going to have socials and when we're going to meet. Now, the thing I want to call your attention to is that we will not meet on October the 3rd for the country club's request. We will not meet on the 10th. So that we will have social on the 8th. We will not meet on the 10th so that we can all go to the Texas Healthcare Foundation Icons Luncheon. Let me tell you what has happened with that. I went down and talked to Heather, and she has given us a table for 10 based on what we had budgeted that we were going to give to them. In addition to that, Dr. Para is going to buy a table for 10. Bob and Donna Bourgeois are going to purchase a table for 10. So we should have room for everybody from the Rotary Club to be able to go to the Texas Icons Luncheon at the Omni Hotel, Las Colinas, on the 10th, October the 10th. So make sure you have that on your calendar. We'll be asking for names so we can know who can put at which table where. Dr. Parna, is that okay with you? I said everything all right? Okay. So I think that's good. We'll just take the meeting, and I told John Drake that we're just going to take this meeting and just kind of overwhelm the Healthcare Foundation luncheon and a grand time will be had by all. They have learned to start on time and to end on time. And so that's a good thing. And with that,
it is a real issue.
Terry,
Mark, I have a question about the slide. The 5% civil service market adjustment.
Would you introduce today's guest?
Good afternoon. Our program this week will feature Irving native and retired Irving firefighter Clifton. Clif's family has long been connected in Irving. His mom is a school teacher and a principal in the Irving ISD, which you might recognize that last name, Clifton. She has a school named after her retirement, and that would be the Evelyn Clifton Early Childhood School. His sister, Donna Taylor, worked at ICDB for many years. Cliff was a firefighter for 34 years, retiring as a captain in 2015. He enjoys golf, riding his Harley, and doing mission work all over the world, including Montenegro and Eastern Europe. He is sharing his story that is the legend Shakey Holder, who spent 56 years on the front line as an Irving firefighter. So please help me welcome Clif. We're glad you're here.
Residential development here in the city because we want to maintain our tax rate. We have to have these additional revenues coming in to fund the things that are necessary.
Thank you so much for letting me come and speak, talk about Shakey's, like I say, I'm an Irving resident, Irving family. One side note, my mom spent about half my retirement to set up a school scholarship fund that we attend every year, so we always enjoy being there and seeing
More focused on
those
that.
kids getting scholarships.
Things that we can in a city that's going to.
How many have ever heard of Shakey?
So that we can actually bring in the tax revenue, not just because.
Couple people. How did you know it?
Chris is talking
How
about.
did-
We don't actually have the revenues
I work for the city.
for some of the
Okay.
things that are really
If you-
important things.
Anything about the city, you heard about Shakey.
Shakey's kind of like, yeah, he's a legend, really across the United States. That's your visual thought. Yeah, you got to, okay, I'm well telling you that. This is his.
Does have a lot of
Pardon?
business there, and-
Yeah.
And.
Hold the mic. I'm just talking. Yeah, this picture on the front is his 40th year on the fire department. He had like this Pulitzer Prize winning photographer take this picture, and we were able to contact him, and he allowed us to use it for the cover of the book. The real picture is back there on my poster. My publisher kind of put the fire in the background. I had to kind of load on that.
When our residents see their property taxes.
I was
our
born
businesses see
in
their
July of 1955, and Shakey came on the department in December of 55. As a young 21-year-old, from Cartwright, Oklahoma, during the Depression years, grew up really poor, lived in a barn, his grandpa's barn, and different places. And he went to work at 12 years old in Cartwright. Cartwright was Denison Dam was being built, and so Cartwright sprung up, and there was 31 bars down that street, and it was the only place from Oklahoma City to Dallas that you could just beer all drive. Shakey, he went to work there at 12 years old. And he finally got to Irving, Texas, and worked at different jobs and that. And his sister was here, and she told him about that the Irving Fire Department was opening up a new station and was hiring, and so he was able to get on to the department there. He just had this incredible life. He's small in stature. He only weighed 100. He was supposed to weigh 145, but I don't think he ever made that in the interview. But he came on and made a huge impact when those were men back there. They had all served in the military or worked, during the Depression years. And then in 1981, I became an Irving firefighter and worked with him. And I had a 34-year career. Of course, Shakey worked for 56 years for the Irving Fire Department. In the last 5 years of it, he had CLL, chronic lymphoma leukemia, and was taking double chemo and not missing any work. Except called in when he had Epson Katrina first came out. So he beat that cancer. You can't be cured. And he was only supposed to live 5 to 6 years, but he's now lived 18 years with it. And while I was in the middle of writing this book, the cancer came out of remission. So it put a lot of stress on me to, try to get it finished. But most people know him as a firefighter, like a legendary firefighter who, he fought lots of fires. He passed our agility test that in his 77th year, as my book will say, that with the white shirts out there because they were trying to get rid of it.
Everybody talking about that. Yeah, it's very frustrating.
He passed it in 7 minutes and 6 seconds. And when some of the 30-year-olds, didn't pass it. And then they tried it. They moved a Swiftwater rescue team when he was in his mid-50s to Station 1, thinking that, he couldn't pass that. But the book will tell you about, the difficulty of passing that part of his career.
try to change the
But,
situation. That'd be very,
the
very cool.
story is why did he work that many years? And the story goes is that his first wife, Ruby, who was 13 years old when he met her in Cartwright, and he was 16, they got a divorce after 34 years of marriage. And he told Ruby then that she would never touch a dime of his retirement, which she ended up finally doing. That's all in there, the story about that. And really, it took me 14 months. I mean, it's the first book I published. I've written, kind of journaled all my life. I'm a Harley rider, I used to write poetry, and then when I retired, I started writing one story about each one of the guys that I worked with. So my granddaughter and grandson would kind of know what their pop did for a living. So I was just writing, just for Leo. And a friend of mine over in Montenegro, I had him read one of my stories, and he said it was really good, and I didn't believe him, but other people started saying that. And Shakey's second wife, Ruby, Ginger, kept asking me if I knew anybody that could write a book, because they had hired a professional writer to write his story. But she was writing it as a biography, and they kept, complaining that this is not what they wanted, and finally drove the contract, and she sued them for a lot of money. So Ginger taught me at the annual fish fry in a weak moment, said, Clif, are you sure you don't have anybody to write it? And Patty and I went home and I prayed about it, and we took on that project. So in November 22, I started that book. And like I say, 14 months later, I got it finished. But in December of that year, Shakey's cancer came out of remission, so it put a lot of pressure on us to get it done. I wanted it maybe a couple more 200 pages, but I just had to get it finished. But it's been one of the best things that's ever happened, mainly because I got to know Shakey not as a firefighter, but who the man he is. He's helped countless people. I'm not doing all right on time with it. Yeah. I always ask people who read the book what their favorite chapter is. My favorite chapter is the one on Calvary. And it's a gift. In May of that year, Calvin contacted Shakey, after like 20 plus years. But the story is that Shakey had rent houses. He made most of his money with rent houses. And he got a call from Calvin's brother, because Calvin and his brother were legitimate different dads. And then his mother now had married a black person, a black guy, and they wanted to get out of South Dallas and come to Irving, but nobody would rent to him. And so Calvin's brother called Shakey, saw this number on 110 College Street in South Irving there. That was Shakey's first house he bought. And Shakey rented it to him. And so one day he was going by there and check on the house, and Calvin was riding his motorcycle up and down the street. Well, Larry, his oldest son, has a chapter in the book. He's a Harley rider. We've become great friends. Shakey stopped the kid and asked him, how he got the money, to buy this motorcycle. And he said, I mowed yards last year. He saved up enough money. And long story short, Shakey offered him a job at 12 years old. Was he 14 years old? And put him to work at $5 an hour when the minimum wage was $3.50 or $3.75 at that time, and just helped this young man in life and that. And Calvin called him and said, he calls him Mr. Holder. He cannot say, and most of the time he tears up when he says it, but he told Mr. Holder or Shakey that he was now a division director at 7-Up bottling company with like 175 people under him and 7 supervisors of it. And he said that all the time he tells the people that he works with
things that Shakey told me, you know, during those years. I still get like emotional about it. In fact, yesterday I saw on Facebook, it was an anniversary, it's him and his wife's anniversary, but they reconnected and it's become part of the family, our family, and that. Yeah, Shakey, Rudy, I will say this, I think at one time he didn't want Ruby, but he worked 56 years because he loved being an Irving firefighter and serving the citizens of Irving. And it's a great story. It's just a really good story. Any questions or?
Have any questions?
I could talk more. I don't know.
Clif, we have something we want to give to you. This is it's almost like a challenge coin. This is the rotary coin, and on the back of it, it's the 4-way test for things we think, say, and believe. And the first one is it the truth? Which is the big thing for us. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay. And I'm assuming you have some books in the back to sell.
We got books in the back.
All right. Does anyone else have any announcements to come before the club this morning?
Get a sense so that people are not surprised. And then it's on.
Last one.
Thank you.
No.
All right. Let's get going.
Not necessarily an announcement, I'd just like to acknowledge that we almost have a full room today, and a lot of the efforts that the entire board is doing and the members it's working, so keep up the good work, and let's keep on inviting more people to come join us, because the need in the community is great, and the more people that we have in different roles, the more that we can keep them. So keep up the good work, guys.
And Rick, do you have an announcement?
With our time. Oh,
You know. 30 seconds. 29. 28. 27.
Thank you, President. We have an opportunity as a Rotary Club to jump in and help distribute flags, which you know is our source of revenue. If we've had 3 teams who have decided they no longer want to participate. So we have 2 options. We either do it or we pay Baxter's company and his people to do it. So which one cost us the least amount of money? This is not a trick question. If we do it, that's right. So Robert also has a route. Patty and Donna have a route. Ryan and Reverend have a route. Jose, Tara, and Richard Raymond have a route. So, remember, Jesus, if you've got anybody at the office that you guys want to get some exercise and you want to jump right in here and help us, no pressure. If you want to go and ride and learn how to do it and then take on a route, but that saves us somewhere around $5 per flag. So our largest customer happens to be the ladies. They are demanding everything has to be perfect. But they also are our oldest and longest fundraiser. So we do them an exceptional job. If anyone again, Lieutenant, ready to jump in here. I know you are, you already got the input, but no, come speak if you want to talk about it or if you want to. Thank you, President.
Yes, sir.
And Rick, Terry has arrived.
Oh, that's right, Terry is the, sorry, Terry.
So, and I want you folks to know that through the extraordinary work ethic of a number of you, we have all the flags ready to go for Liberty. They're now
And it's down by.
Some of us put in some pretty good hours, but anyway, that's what we've got. And we won't have to build flags then until October. And I'll make sure to let you know when we're doing it. Okay. Now, I don't want to disturb anyone's meal, but I'm going to adjourn the meeting and you just stay and enjoy your meal and eat. Does anyone have any other announcements?
And these are franchise fees, fines, fees, permits, and
Buddy, lead us in the four-way testing. Things we think, say, or do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? And build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
We are adjourned.